Hi, everybody. Welcome. Can I ask you to come to a table, come to the front of the room and take a seat? So we will begin serving dinner soon, and then we'll get our evening underway. So please come on into the front of the room. If you have an assigned seat, please take it. And if you don't, please find a seat at whichever table you're going to be at. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're in person or on our first ever live stream for the SOPA 2024 awards ceremony. My name is Karen Ko, and I'm delighted to be here with you tonight to MC this prestigious event. It is really an important night for us because we're here again to celebrate great journalism, what you all do. In fact, this year marks the 26th year of the annual SOPA Awards. Now, if you're on social media, as I know everybody is, please feel free to tweet at SOPA Asia with the hashtag SOPA Awards 2024, as we'll be live tweeting winners throughout the evening. And before we start, I want to extend a huge thanks to SOPA, the Society of Publishers in Asia, and the judges from around the world who dedicated their time and effort to this event. Much appreciation goes to Hong Kong U Journalism, JMSC at the University of Hong Kong, who's been administering the SOPA Awards since 2011. And the awards wouldn't be possible without our supporters. This year, we especially thank our supporting partners Coconuts, Create Productions, Media Outreach, and Telem Media. Now let's take a look back at some striking images from news stories during 2023. Please take a look. A huge thank you to all the photojournalists who contributed to that video. Let's have a round of applause for them. In a few moments, we'll hear from our keynote speaker, Joseph Kahn, executive editor of the New York Times. And there will be time for Q&A with Joe after he speaks, so please start thinking about your questions. But for now, I'd like to introduce Bill Ridges of The Economist to the stage to say a few words. Bill is one of the co-chairs of SOPA's editorial committee. So please give Bill a very warm welcome.
Thank you, Karen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SOPA's Awards for Editorial Excellence. These awards are the highest recognition for journalists and for journalism in Asia. They celebrate the work of those who labour tirelessly to uncover the truth, who, through the most rigorous reporting they hold the powerful to account and give those who are voiceless a voice. It is a common and not altogether untruthful refrain that journalism in Asia is getting ever harder, but it is still being done with aplomb. This year, SOPA received 718 entries, with stories vying for awards in 21 categories in English, in Chinese, and in Bahasa, Indonesian. And the standard, as you will soon see, has been exceptional. Not just among the stories that are shortlisted, but also among the many, many stories that didn't quite make the cut. And there has been no shortage of big issues for journalists in Asia to sink their teeth into over the past year. The ongoing battle between China and the West over technology and trade and much else was a recurring topic in many of the entries that we received. So too was the uncovering of health scandals, from tainted drugs to narcotic smuggling and contaminated food. And as the world's biggest democracy prepared to vote, it's no surprise that India too occupied many journalists' thoughts. In terms of trends within the profession of journalism itself, we also saw a marked move towards collaborative journalism, with teams of reporters, filmmakers, podcasts, and data journalists joining together on large-scale projects, unearthing, among other things, business corruption and environmental degradation. These awards would not exist without the many people that helped to make them possible. First and foremost, of course, are the journalists themselves, but I'd also like to extend my thanks to the SOPA board members and members of the editorial committee and Hong Kong University, and the scores of judges who gave up their time to read through the many hundreds of submissions we receive. And of course, the publishers and media firms which SOPA aspires to serve, and without whose support these awards would not exist. There's one further person to whom I would like to offer special thanks. After over a decade as SOPA's managing director, Christine Wong is heading back to the US. She has been a tireless servant of SOPA and a champion cat herder, I may say. And she's going to be a very hard act to follow. And I think that somebody in the room may have a small gift for her to say thank you. And now I'm very excited to welcome our special guest for the evening, Kahn. Mr. Kahn, of course, is one of the world's most respected journalists. He is the executive editor of the New York Times and the winner of 2 Pulitzer Prizes. And he was the man charged with transforming the Times into a fully digital-first publication. He's also a veteran of Asia journalism, having served, among other roles, as the Wall Street Journal's China correspondent. In other words, we couldn't really have asked for a guest better equipped to talk us through not only the transformation that is happening in our industry throughout the world, but also what that transformation will mean for those of us working in Asia. We're very grateful that he's made the journey to Hong Kong to speak with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Kahn.
Bill, thank you for that introduction. You didn't mention I have been the winner of a couple of Pulitzer Prizes, but in the 26 years of SOPA, I am also a competitor and a proud winner of some SOPA awards, including during my time at the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. And for all of those years, we've been very eager competitors and participants in SOPA. Those 26 years, in fact, have coincided with major expansion of all of our media companies in Asia, and also the blossoming of so many local and regional media companies. And SOPA has been recognizing all that outstanding journalism by local, regional, and international organizations that make serious, well-reported, innovative, and revealing coverage of Asia their top priority. In fact, that regional scope and the inclusion of work in English and in Chinese and in Bahasa Indonesia, the welcoming of so many entries from locally based as well as international publications makes SOPA very unusual in the world of journalism prizes. In many ways, it reflects the global outlook of East, Southeast, and South Asia, and has reflected this region's openness to ideas and competition from around the world. We've been, as I mentioned, a proud competitor for SOPA since its founding, and what impresses me looking over this year's entries is the fine writing, the immersive storytelling, the urgency of breaking news, and also the patience and the resources that it takes to produce outstanding investigative work. I'm proud and inspired by the work of our peers, and I know you are as well. We all know, though, that this is not the full story of our industry and the political environment we're operating in at the moment, particularly in China and here in Hong Kong. We're living through a period of severe challenges to quality journalism, in fact, almost everywhere. In the United States and in Europe, the disruption of the news media industry by tech platforms has diminished the resources it takes for expensive, labor-intensive original journalism. It's also encouraged the personalization of news and information and the polarization of so many of its consumers. Many people are now fed a diet of so-called news in social media feeds that mixes fact and opinion and misinformation, designed more to generate engagement rather than ensure accuracy or fairness or deeper understanding. And around the globe, our journalists and many others are facing rising threats to their safety and their security. Record or near record numbers of them are being killed or jailed. This isn't just the result of horrific conflicts for the journalists who are bravely covering the war between Ukraine and Russia or Israel-Gaza, dangerous as those are. It's also because of the demonizing and all too often the murder of reporters in places we all once hoped would see greater openness and protections for the news media and the people who take such great personal risks to bear witness there. Here in Hong Kong, we've continued to see the chilling effect of the new security laws. They've continued to threaten press freedoms in a place that once prided itself as a haven in a volatile region. The prosecution of Jimmy Lai and the shuttering of the Apple Daily after a quarter century in operation continues to resonate here, but also globally, as a sign of Hong Kong's departure from its tradition of free speech and free press. Jimmy was for years regarded both for his proud independence and his innovative spirit. Today, he's more of a symbol of this place's intolerance. Everyone in this room understands the corrosive effect the national security law continues to have. The Reuters digital news report released just this week makes for very sobering reading. Journalists in Hong Kong have to deal with potential red lines that could lead to charges of secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign organizations. The Hong Kong Foreign Correspondents Club found that 3/4 of its members are worried about the possibility of arrest or prosecution for their reporting and editing. And most of those acknowledged needing to engage in self-censorship in their writing to avoid certain topics. For generations of my colleagues at the New York Times, and for me personally, Hong Kong represented something very different. As early as the 1950s, the Times began basing reporters in Hong Kong as a listening post to understand the upheavals in mainland China. Our first correspondent here, Henry Lieberman, was also the founding president of the Foreign Correspondents Club. My predecessor as executive editor, Joe Lelyveld, served also in Hong Kong, and for him and many others who followed, mainland China remained largely inaccessible to Western journalists. That's when Hong Kong developed its reputation as a bridge between East and West, open to both of them, a hub of information, free exchange, and debate. Correspondents here have alerted the world, and perhaps sometimes people in China as well, to the extent of the Great Famine, in part because Hong Kong relatives began shipping food to relatives across the border. Hong Kong journalists were the first to learn of the internecine fighting during the Cultural Revolution, in part because they witnessed bodies floating down the Pearl River from Guangzhou. I first came to Hong Kong as a correspondent in 1989 after the Chinese authorities canceled my visa and told me to leave Beijing, where I was covering the crackdown on the Tiananmen Square demonstrations. Hong Kong, for me, became a kind of glittering refuge. Admittedly, that was partly because I could buy shaving cream again and newspapers, also because I was treated to free beers at the FCC in exchange for my accounts of the goings-on across the border, but also because Hong Kong lived up to its reputation as a free city that welcomes so many people and thrives on the dynamism that comes from its openness and tolerance. On many subsequent visits, including a stint living here around the handover in 1997, Hong Kong evolved but always had a special role. Whatever was unfolding across the border, the people of this city, especially in its bustling journalism community, cared deeply, gathered information assiduously, and sought to move China toward prosperity and moderation. Hong Kong people also offered the outside world greater understanding and acceptance of China's history and its culture. I took particular pride in the expansion of the Times' operation in Hong Kong during the years I ran our international operation. At the peak, we had a few dozen reporters and editors here, coordinating our digital operations through the Asian Day, reporting on a wide range of news throughout the region, and producing our international print edition. The national security law has changed that picture. We're a global news operation that requires firm legal protections for the journalists and our staff. So we felt we had little choice but to create another base of operations, this time in Seoul. And I know some other international media organizations have also reduced their staff here. Many Chinese digital media companies have not had the option of moving and have been forced to reduce, or some even to close down altogether. A great loss for a place that once prided itself on experimentation and openness. Yet despite these setbacks, I still have confidence that good journalism will prove its value and will ultimately prevail. Open-minded, well-rounded, and fact-based reporting treats readers with respect and arms them with the information and perspective they need to make sense of their world at a confusing time. Even when journalism challenges us, especially when it challenges us, it makes our societies stronger. It helps people and governments to make better choices, to confront reality, and to address problems. Hong Kong also remains an important base for us. We still have a robust reporting team here that covers Hong Kong itself, and as in decades past, reports on a wide range of developments, social, economic, diplomatic, and political across the border. Joining this year's SOPA Awards and visiting here myself for the first time in several years also gave me the chance to re-engage with some of the work being produced by many organizations here and around the region. Even in a difficult environment, I see lots of examples of outstanding journalism that's having real impact. I see that from organizations like Rappler, focusing on abuses of domestic workers, and China Global South on the displacement of people by China's clean energy projects. There are some robust entries from Myanmar, Frontier Myanmar and Myanmar Now, which is really encouraging. Ming Pao has done important reporting on the revival of commemorations of June 4th, even after the passage of Article 23. Hong Kong Free Press offers robust beat reporting on local politics. And I noticed the SCMP's scoop on how Xi Jinping blamed frustrated students for their protests against China's zero-COVID lockdowns. And on the mainland, Caixin still produces vital explanatory work about Chinese policymaking and finance that takes readers behind the scenes of an increasingly impenetrable bureaucracy. That kind of journalism takes more courage today, but it makes a difference. Hong Kong, China, this region, and the world are depending on your resolve and resilience now more than ever. Thank you, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Thanks, Joe. I'm just going to reset our stage so that we can have our Q&A session. Don't forget, if you want to ask any questions, raise the hand, and we have a couple of roaming microphones for you. And you'll probably have to raise your hand pretty high because it's quite dark in here. So, Joe, thank you, and please take a seat.
Yeah.
You're up on this perch. First of all, thank you for both acknowledging how difficult it can be, especially in Hong Kong, and not just in Hong Kong for journalists, but also for being hopeful. Because if we don't have hope, we don't have a reason to go on. Now, you talked about the New York Times having an alternative base after the national security law came in 2020. It's not just the fact that you move out, but it's also the symbolism of scaling down. Any regrets about leaving Hong Kong, or not leaving completely, but reducing that presence?
Yeah, I wish we could still rely on this place, which is a fabulous place to be based as a journalist. You know, I wish we could have continued to build up our staff here. I mean, we have a terrific operation in Seoul, and we've continued to keep a bunch of our journalists, and also our international print operation is still based in Hong Kong, so we have a significant ongoing presence here. But it did seem prudent for us to also have another major base in Asia, given the uncertainties around the legal protections for journalists, the possibility, you know, that the Hong Kong authorities were going to see themselves as sort of enforcing some kind of code about what you can say about China, but also some of the slowing down and the restrictions on visas and access, which are really important for us to be able to get people in and out as we need. So all those considerations persuaded us that we wanted to have another base here as well, and not put all of our chips in that environment in the Hong Kong basket. And I think that makes real sense for us, but I wish it were otherwise.
And your reporters who are here, what do they tell you about the challenges they face in just doing the work, in getting sources to talk to them, in phrasing the question in a way that someone is not going to get offended?
Yeah, I think, as you know well, I think as many people here know well, there is, you know, something of a real chilling effect, even in Hong Kong, even on, you know, subjects that once were seen as completely unrestricted, you know, the economy, the movement of people, you know, kind of a range of local issues, anything that could be interpreted as remotely sensitive, people have become more cautious. It's, you know, and it takes more effort to do every story we want to do. It slows down the process. You know, so I'm sure you've experienced something similar. I hope that it sort of settles down. I also I hope the Hong Kong authorities realize that the value in this place is so caught up with the sort of the dynamism and the debate that comes from having a more open media culture. You know, I think it will, if it were to loosen up a bit, it will also help, you know, raise the profile of Hong Kong again in the international media. It will bring more people back to Hong Kong. It's in Hong Kong's interest. It's certainly in the interest of global readership to understand the place better and to, you know, get back to that genuine, more open environment.
Back to the days where you could just walk up to someone with a microphone and they would participate in an interview.
As you know well from many years of sticking out that microphone, yeah.
And you spoke in your speech about the demonization of journalism, and I think that's what a lot of people feel here, that asking a question has somehow become dangerous and a bad thing to do. But do you think that there's also a growing mistrust, particularly of Western media in Asia, not just in Hong Kong, but in Asia generally? And can we do something about it?
There's a distrust of Western media in the United States. I mean, you know, it's where are we not distrusted at the moment? You know, it is a sad reality of the you know, of the time that we're in, that there's a level of animosity about even what quality media do. You know, we get swept up in sort of the political moments of the time and demonized, you know, in a way that includes, unfortunately, political leadership participates in that, and it sort of passes down into society. And I don't think there's really any place in the world right now that's completely neutral about the role of the media. I do think that when readers engage with us, and we see this often, you know, we have a large readership around the world, even in the place where reporters are facing those obstacles and when the media is demonized. But when you look at the engagement that we get and the comments that we get, there are so many people out there who still really appreciate the hard work of on-the-ground reporting, appreciate being confronted with a range of ideas and views. They are themselves working through these issues. It sort of gives me confidence, like actually when you're feeling a little bit down and frustrated by the environment that we're in, go to some of the, we open up a lot of stories for comments and just see some, these are actual readers. It's not like,
they're not bots.
It's not bots, it's not X, it's not, you know, these are like real people who have to register with their real names and they're curated, and you get like a real sense on global stories, on domestic stories of there is still a real audience out there for good quality journalism. People appreciate it, and it gives me hope in those moments.
There's a question that was submitted online in advance. It's really all about China coverage. The questioner writes that they grew up in mainland China and only heard about Tiananmen Square from a history teacher who went outside the box, outside the textbooks. He or she asks, as it's getting more challenging to report on news in mainland China with fewer journalists allowed, what's your view on the future of news coverage in China?
Wow, I mean, you know, I think everything that we're talking about with respect to, you know, some of the pressures in Hong Kong, you know, are of course significantly more restrictive across the border. They're, you know, in the years that I was in China, many of the years in the 90s and the early 2000s, there still appeared to be, it was the media was very tightly controlled, but there were lots of signs that China understood the role that having a, you know, a more freewheeling media with, you know, a variety of interests. They were allowing some privately funded startups. There were collaborations between domestic and international media. There were tons of magazines that were forming, you know, to cover all kinds of arts and culture. There was a flowering even in the mainland in those years, and I had a real hope and expectation that that would continue. I unfortunately don't think it has. I mean, I think there's been a reversion to, you know, state control over all kinds of news media that is significantly tighter than it was at that time. The diversity that you saw in some of kind of the academic work as well in the universities and textbooks that had started to show a little bit more experimentation and openness has also been ratcheted back. So I think we're in, you know, a period of tightness in China for sure. I do think, you know, there are some little, you know, glimmers of hope there as well, as they're eager to kind of get more foreign investment back, some signs that they want to stabilize relationship with the United States and not kind of contribute to this decoupling or this polarization. But there's slight signs at the moment, and you know, also we're very heavily restricted in the number of correspondents that we can get in. We're down to 2 in mainland China. At the peak, we were more than 10, and I would have far more than that if I possibly could. But right now, that's not the environment we're working in.
Okay. I'm going to open it up to our audience. So if anybody would like to ask a question, just please raise your hand and we will get you a microphone. I always love the beginning of this because there was a room full of journalists and nobody has a question. Nobody wants to go first. Someone wants to ask a question back there. Just tell us where you're from as well, please.
I can. Eric Wisher, AFP. Thanks, Joe, for sharing your thoughts on the situation in Hong Kong. I would like to ask you, what's the Times' and your strategy regarding artificial intelligence, and in particular the use of generative AI? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. We're very actively exploring the ways various AI tools, you know, can enhance the journalistic process. We're already using, you know, some forms of AI in certain kinds of sort of data-oriented and investigative reporting, in analyzing, helping us to analyze large number of images, satellite data, in some of the work that we've done related to the Israel-Gaza conflict, related to Russia's evasion of sanctions in shipping around the world, in numerous other projects. We're using, some enhanced AI tools to help with text-to-speech, creating audio versions of articles, which we're producing at scale, experimenting more with the ways improvements in AI can help with translation as well. There isn't, I don't think that we have a kind of theory of the case yet on Gen AI as opposed to, kind of AI applications, looking at it really closely and studying, the opportunities there. The one, guiding principle that we have, though, is that we are not interested in, using AI to replace the original reporting, the on-the-ground reporting, or the human judgment that goes into our journalism. So from everything from the ideation and assigning phase all the way to the final product that we produce, we want, our human beings as journalists to be involved and in control and responsible for every stage of that, even as we find ways to use AI as sort of an enhancement to the work that people are doing. So the newsroom perspective, we're not pessimistic about AI. Actually, it's offering us a bunch of opportunities, but we don't see it as a replacement for the work that journalists do.
Okay, another question? Anybody at the back?
There's one on the
there's
right
one over there, okay.
back there. It's a little hard to see.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe. Ruben here, also from AFP. I was just wondering, over your years in the business, slightly intangible question, but how do you feel your kind of candidates, the people coming into journalism, have changed? And is it still something, do you still feel there is the same enthusiasm for it? Because for many good reasons that some have already been alluded to this evening, it feels like, why would anyone do this nowadays?
Right.
How does it feel from your standpoint?
Well, there's kind of the macro question and then our own experience. I think, on a general level, you're undoubtedly right. The challenges of journalism, particularly in places where it's tightly restricted, maybe dissuading people from coming into the field, particularly if they think they're going to get in some kind of political trouble. I mean, it's impossible to deny that that's really discouraging for a new generation that might otherwise have pursued a career in journalism. Our own situation in the United States and around the world is there's still an enormous, enthusiasm. We have a fellowship program that we open up to recent college graduates that recruits around 50 people a year for really a year-long opportunities to work very closely on all kinds of coverage desks around the newsroom, and it's amazingly oversubscribed. I mean, I think we had 9,000 applicants for those 50 slots recently, so there's still huge interest in having that kind of core experience, and that's very encouraging. And that includes people covering metro issues in New York City, but it also includes people who want to learn forensic video techniques, and people who are designers and coders. So there's a lot of opportunities and skill sets that we're seeking, and a lot of people who want to gain that experience. So I still think that despite some of those headwinds, we're seeing, real interest in a new generation and joining and learning journalistic skills, which is encouraging.
That is great. Yes. Last question. Oh, okay. We'll squeeze into the mic's coming to you.
Hi, Joe. Julia Klein from Bloomberg Media. Covering Donald Trump's first presidency was talked about as being quite uncharted territory for a lot of news organisations due to his influence to control the news cycle. Is there any learnings from his first presidency that you would take into covering him in a second?
Yeah, something we think about quite a bit. We have a kind of series of stories that's running about Trump in 2025, were he to be reelected as president. And I think all of our reporting suggests that a second term would be significantly more disruptive in terms of U.S. norms and politics than that first term would be, in part because Trump himself and the people around him already have the experience of what they consider to be the obstacles that they ran into in implementing his agenda. He did not come in the first term in an especially kind of organized or experienced way with a concrete set of policy objectives and sort of like lots of experience navigating Congress and the courts to get them done. It was all done a little bit on the fly. It was pretty clear that he didn't expect to win, and he suddenly was equipped with the powers of the presidency, and it took him, much of his term to figure out how to operate the levers. But they're making very, very clear now that they would not be wasting time on implementing their agenda, which includes, a very draconian shift in U.S. immigration policy, the deportation of, potentially even millions of people who are living in the United States awaiting asylum, but technically not there legally, a much more isolationist approach to America's commitments abroad, and skepticism about its alliances and the burden that puts, a passion for tariffs, very vocal idea that the United States can raise a ton of revenue by slapping tariffs on imports, and it will be free. Of course, it's not free, it's a form of a tax, but that's part of the debate. And then, a very skeptical approach to the civil service, and I might remake some of the protections for civil servants, a radical new approach to the Department of Justice, which he promises will work directly for him in the future and not have an independent role in the American judicial system. So those are just some of the things. They've been very clear on that agenda, and we've been covering that very frontally and making sure that readers and voters in the United States have that information very clearly presented before them when they make this choice.
Okay, I think there was someone right at the back who had a question. This will be the last one. Oh, it's Ying. Ying, we'll bring you a mic. Don't worry.
Thank you. Actually, this is a follow-up question on covering the election in the United States. So, what is your strategy in covering Mr. Donald Trump? What have you learned in your previous coverage, and how would you do it differently this round? So, can you share some of your thoughts?
Like any story, it's a constant learning process. We didn't know what to expect in 2015 when he first indicated that he was going to run. We didn't know what to expect, in the campaign. We certainly didn't know what to expect from his presidency. We learned throughout that. One of the things for sure is you didn't quite know in 2015 and 2016 whether the campaign was mostly rhetoric or whether you were going to see a different, more pragmatic or more typical leader emerge after he won election. I think there was a debate about that. I don't think there's a debate about that now. I mean, he's a very clearly understood personality and figure, and nobody is expecting that he would somehow emerge as a different kind of leader were he to be elected. So, some of the uncertainty has just gone away with the passage of time and the understanding of what kind of figure he is. I be a little bit boastful. I mean, we have the best team by far covering Donald Trump in the news media industry. There literally is just not a better team. I mean, we have, Maggie Haberman, Jonathan Swan, 4 or 5 other people, Peter Baker in the White House who covered him in the first term. I mean, we've got an A team that understands him, the people around him, the implications of his first term, and if he were to win election on November 5th, or however long it takes to resolve the disputes, which are almost inevitable in this election, we will fasten our seatbelts and have a job to do. It'll be an enormous story to cover. And we've got the team in place to do it, a very experienced team. So yes, they've all learned from the past, and they're ready for the possibility that we'll have another round.
Yeah, get ready for 4 more years of alternative facts. So on that note, Joe, thank you so much for coming tonight and for being with us and for sharing your thoughts. We really appreciate it.
Nice to join you.
All right, it's on with the show. We do have a lot of awards to give out, as usual. And as we announced back on May 3rd, 3 finalists have been chosen from each category. So this is how it works. Out of those 3 finalists, SOPA gives an honorable mention award, followed by an award for excellence. And the awards are divided into 3 groups: global English language, regional local English language, and Chinese language. And this time round, as Joe had mentioned, global, regional, and Chinese media outlets submitted more than 700 entries in English and Chinese, and that separate category of Bahasa Indonesia. In addition, tonight's full slideshow presentation, as well as comments from the judges, will be available on the SOPA Awards website after the last winner is announced. And for our winners, for the Honourable Mention Award and the Award for Excellence, if you're in the room, you or your team can come up to the stage for a photo op and to collect your winning certificate. So we have 21 categories in total. Let's start. Category 1, Excellence in Reporting on Women's Issues. And this category honours original coverage of women in Asia. And I'm pleased to invite Danielle McGuigan of the Financial Times, who's co-chair of SOPA's board, to the stage to give out the first awards. So our finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, Taiwan's Me Too series, Sex, Power, and Institutional Betrayal. Mirror Media, The Girl Who Cannot Sleep on Her Back, 20 years of Wang Jinhan and her family after sexual assault. And The Reporter, Taiwanese eggs, Chinese customers, matched in USA, Taiwanese girls in global assisted reproduction line. The honourable mention goes to The Reporter for Taiwanese eggs, Chinese customers, matched in USA, Taiwanese girls in global assisted reproduction line. Congratulations to The Reporter. They can't be with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to Initium Media for Taiwan's Me Too series, Sex, Power, and Institutional Betrayal. Congratulations to Initium Media. The judges called it a thought-provoking series that goes beyond straightforward documentation of the movement. The next 3 finalists of regional English language media are Malaysia Kini, Baby Snatching, How Stateless Mums Lose Their Infants in Sabah Hospital. Project Multatuli, Abortion Stigma in Indonesia Keeps Rape Victims from Safe Health Services, and The Print. Banwari Devi was raped for trying to stop 1992 child marriage. I curse her daily, says bride. The honourable mention goes to Project Multatuli for Abortion Stigma in Indonesia Keeps Rape Victims from Safe Health Services. Well done to Project Multatuli. Unfortunately, they're not with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to Malaysia Kini for baby snatching, how stateless mums lose their infants in Sabah Hospital. Well done to Malaysia Kini. The judges called it the best kind of local journalism on a theme that would not have been picked up by large international outlets. Powerful reporting. And the three finalists of global English language media are CNN International, Married to My Rapist, the Indian Women Saying No. The Associated Press, Scores of Underaged Rohingya Girls Forced into Abusive Marriages in Malaysia. And the New York Times for India's Daughters. The honourable mention goes to CNN International for Married to My Rapist, the Indian Women Saying No. Congratulations to CNN. Juliana is making her way to the stage to accept the award. Congratulations. And the award for excellence goes to the New York Times for India's Daughters. Congratulations to the New York Times. The judges said it's a gripping series about the lives of women who want more from life inside an unrelenting society and culture. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Danielle. You can take your seat. Thank you. Category 2 is Excellence in Journalistic Innovation. And for this award, SOPA honours work that uses new or emerging digital tools to deliver news content in an innovative manner and or encourage audience engagement with the news. And I'm delighted to invite Bill Ridges back to the stage. Bill's co-chair of SOPA's editorial committee. He's going to help give out the awards. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Reader, VR Room, Exiled Hong Kongers in Taipei, The Reporter, Lucrative Business Between Taiwan Strait, Unveiling Chinese Vessels' Illegal Dredging Activities, and Why Not? What do 355 Chinese and foreign war films tell us? The honourable mention goes to Reader for VR Room, Exiled Hong Kongers in Taipei. Congratulations to Reader, who are not with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to The Reporter, Lucrative Business Beneath Taiwan Strait, Unveiling Chinese Vessels' Illegal Dredging Activities. Congratulations to The Reporter. The judges said this piece stands out for its exceptional reporting, writing, and use of multimedia elements. The three finalists of the Regional English Language Media category are Environmental Reporting Collective, Beneath the Sands, Rappler, the Kushong Story Project, and The Quint, Hellhole, the reality of manual scavenging in India. The honourable mention goes to The Quint for Hellhole, the reality of manual scavenging in India. Congratulations to The Quint. They can't be with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to Environmental Reporting Collective for Beneath the Sands. And we do have a representative who's coming to collect that award. So congratulations to Environmental Reporting Collective. The judges said this multi-layered investigation uses compelling video, interactive maps, illustrations and graphics to show how environmental impacts, crime, and gender issues are interconnected in people's appetite for sand. Very impressive. Next up in journalistic innovation, the three finalists of Global English Language Media are Financial Times, satellites, drones, and programming tools reveal the transformation of China's mosques. Reuters, Beijing's record rainfall, and the New York Times, how to cool down a city. The honorable mention goes to the New York Times for how to cool down a city. Congratulations to the New York Times. Someone's going to come from the New York Times to pick this up. Brief power struggle, love it. Congratulations. And the award for excellence goes to Financial Times for satellites, drones, and programming tools reveal the transformation of China's mosque. Congratulations, FT. The judges called it an excellent combination of satellite imagery and analysis, historical reporting and context, and shoe leather reporting. Well done. Congratulations again, Financial Times. And thank you, Bill. You can take your seat. Our next category is Excellence in Audio Reporting, which honors audio journalism work that illustrates significant political, economic, social, or cultural issues. And we're delighted to invite Rich Barbieri from the New York Times on stage to give out the awards. Hi, Rich. All right, the three finalists of Chinese language media are Radio Taiwan International, A Housing Revolution for the Homeless in Taiwan series report. The Reporter, 10 years after High Seas murder case, how did it change the fate of an Indonesian family? And Voice of America Mandarin, My Voice, Our Story, the young generation with white paper in hand. The honorable mention goes to The Reporter, for 10 years after High Seas murder case, how did it change the fate of an Indonesian family? Congratulations to The Reporter. They're not with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to Voice of America Mandarin, My Voice, Our Story, the young generation with white paper in hand. So congratulations to Voice of America Mandarin. The judges said this podcast series attempts to provide a multi-dimensional retrospective of one of the most significant events in the Chinese-speaking world in recent years. Moving on, the three finalists of regional English language media are CNA, The Mental Health Struggles of Elite Athletes, Frontier Myanmar, Political Prisoners' Families Fall Prey to Scammers, and the Economic Times, Fatigued and Flying, Why Tired Pilots Are a Wake-Up Call. The honorable mention goes to Frontier Myanmar for Political Prisoners' Families Fall Prey to Scammers. Congratulations to Frontier Myanmar. And the award for excellence goes to the Economic Times for Fatigued and Flying, Why Tired Pilots Are a Wake-Up Call. Congratulations to Economic Times. The judges called it an exemplary piece of audio journalism with high production value, covering multiple angles while maintaining a clear focus. And the three finalists of global English language media are Bloomberg News, China's Property Crisis, Project Brazen, Crypto Kingpins, and The Economist, Drum Tower Podcast. The honorable mention goes to Bloomberg News for China's Property Crisis. Well done, Bloomberg. Got a few from the team from Bloomberg coming up. Congratulations. Well done to Bloomberg. And the award for excellence goes to The Economist for Drum Tower Podcast. Congratulations to The Economist. The judges said that for the importance of the story, the difficulty of reporting it, the quality of reporting, writing and storytelling, and the production values, it deserves SOPA's Excellence in Audio Reporting Award. Congratulations to Economist. Rich, I'm going to have you stay on stage for the next category, which is Excellence in Video Reporting. And for this, SOPA honours work that demonstrates mastery in short-form news reports. The three finalists of Chinese language media are BBC Chinese, Escaping China, The Harrowing Journey Through Jungles and Across Latin American Borders to Smuggle into the US, Business Today, Counting Down for the Ocean, Is Taiwan Becoming a Fishless Island? And Radio Free Asia, When Children Become Immigrants, Who Listens to Their Voices? The honourable mention goes to BBC Chinese for Escaping China, The Harrowing Journey Through Jungles and Across Latin American Borders to Smuggle into the US. Congratulations to BBC Chinese. They don't have anyone present here tonight. The award for excellence goes to Business Today for Counting Down for the Ocean, Is Taiwan Becoming a Fishless Island? Great work by Business Today for that award of excellence. The judges said this entry consisted of solid reporting, including experts on what would be more effective ways of protecting fish resources, activists who travel to the problematic areas, and data to prove the problem. And the three finalists of regional English language media are Eco-Business, Wasted 360, Narasi, Skandal Hijau, The Green Scandal, and The Quint, Many Anti-Conversion Arrests in UP Defy the Law They Are Based On. The honourable mention goes to Eco-Business for Wasted 360. Congratulations to Eco-Business. We don't have them present with us tonight. The award for excellence for video reporting goes to Narasi for Skandal Hijau, The Green Scandal. They're also not with us tonight, but we congratulate them. Oh, they are here. They're here. Woo, fantastic. Hi. It's always nice to have winners surprise us by coming. Well done. The judges called it a brilliant piece of reporting on a must-watch story that explains in simple language how greenwashing claims need to be taken with a pinch of salt. Our three finalists of global English language media are Bloomberg News, How Deadly Cough Syrup Spread Around the World. Bloomberg News again, Huawei's Shock Chip Breakthrough. And Vice News, Catfished by Captives. The honourable mention goes to Bloomberg News for Huawei's Shock Chip Breakthrough. Congratulations to Bloomberg News. Who do we have coming from Bloomberg? Oh, here they come. Congratulations, Bloomberg News. And the award for excellence goes to Vice News for Catfished by Captives. And I'm not sure whether we have the representative here or not. No, they're not here. I think they wanted to be, but they couldn't be. But congratulations to Vice News. The judges described it as excellent reporting on a timely topic and a problem that is spreading. The evidence is brilliantly integrated visually in the form of exclusive footage of the protagonists involved. So congratulations to Vice. And thank you, Rich, for giving out those awards. You may take a seat. Our next category is Excellence in Human Rights Reporting. And this honours work that demonstrates high standards of reporting on a human rights topic of significance. And I'm pleased to invite James Wilson of the Financial Times to the stage to present the award. Hi, James. In our first category, the three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, the present and future of labour movement in Hong Kong, Mingbao, Off the Shelves, and The Reporter, revisiting the scars of child trafficking in Taiwan. The honourable mention goes to Mingbao for Off the Shelves. Congratulations to Mingbao. I think we don't have a rep from Mingbao here tonight. And the award for excellence in human rights reporting goes to Initium Media for the present and future of labour movement in Hong Kong. Great work, Initium Media. They're also not with us tonight, but the judges did say important reporting to shine light on long-standing labour rights and welfare issues pertaining to Hong Kong's low-income and migrant workers. In-depth profiles humanise what would otherwise be a simple economic or legal story. The three finalists of regional English language media are Frontier Myanmar, Enforced Disappearances by Myanmar's Military Junta, Myanmar Now, Horrors of War, and the Sydney Morning Herald, Kidnapped in Japan. The honourable mention goes to the Sydney Morning Herald for Kidnapped in Japan. Congratulations to the Sydney Morning Herald. Nobody came from Sydney all the way here tonight, unfortunately. And the award for excellence goes to Myanmar Now for Horrors of War. Congratulations, Myanmar Now. The judges said, through such courageous reporting with direct eyewitness accounts and photographic evidence, these barbaric crimes will hopefully be exposed and the perpetrators one day brought to justice. The three finalists of global English language media are 1843 magazine, The Economist, Return to China, Xing would rather die in the jungle. BBC News Online, Afghanistan, Nothing we can do but watch babies die. And the Associated Press, a frantic phone call helped untangle the mystery of missing Rohingya boat. The honourable mention goes to BBC News Online for Afghanistan, Nothing we can do but watch babies die. Congratulations to BBC News Online. Is there anyone picking up the award for BBC News Online? I don't think we have anyone in the room. The award for excellence goes to the Associated Press for frantic phone call helped untangle the mystery of missing Rohingya boat. Congratulations to the Associated Press. I believe there is a rep, no? Okay. Congratulations to AP. The judges said very powerful reporting, especially in the expose of the plight of women forced into abusive marriages in Malaysia. Okay, James, stay on stage. You will get something to do. But we first would like to pause the winners' announcements, and I'm going to invite Andrew Dowell, who is the outgoing Asia-Pacific editor from the Wall Street Journal, onto the stage to say a few words. Andrew, please. James, you can come.
Yeah. Thank you. Before continuing, we just want to take a few minutes to acknowledge the circumstances of Evan Gershkovich. Evan is a Wall Street Journal reporter who was arrested more than a year ago in Russia simply for doing his job. Last week, he was indicted on the false charge of espionage. His situation highlights threats to press freedom and to journalists around the world. I know there are a lot of journalists we could be talking about today. So thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this short video about efforts to secure his release.
Happy birthday to you.
Our son spends his 32nd birthday in prison. He has missed out on so much.
Family celebrations, holidays.
Soccer games.
He's missed all of it.
And he's still there.
This work we're reading is what he does, and this is what Russia wanted to stop.
Evan was doing what reporters do.
This is a punch in the face of free press.
We have power to keep talking about this.
To make as much noise as possible.
Can you talk about
Evan?
Thank you, Andrew, and for that reminder of how precarious it can be to be a journalist in today's world. All right, we're going to move on to our next category, which is excellence in feature writing. And this honors the work that demonstrates high standards of reporting and writing to describe an idea, event, trend, or personality, or explain a topic of significance. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, Journey for Hope, Chinese Migrants' Perilous Path to the US, Mirror Media, Return from the Ukraine Battlefield, an 8-month struggle of 2 Taiwanese volunteer soldiers, and The Reporter, Illicit Money and the Bought Second Life, how Dominica's citizenship scheme facilitates Taiwan's illegal money game. The honorable mention goes to Initium Media for Journey for Hope, Chinese Migrants' Perilous Path to the US. Congratulations to Initium Media. And the award for excellence goes to Mirror Media for Return from the Ukraine Battlefield, an 8-month struggle of 2 Taiwanese volunteer soldiers. Fabulous work, Mirror Media. The judges said the story of 2 Taiwanese volunteers who were injured while supporting the war effort in Ukraine is a fresh, interesting, and inherently profound topic, demonstrating an extraordinary international vision and ambition of Taiwan's media. The 3 finalists of regional English language media are Frontier Myanmar, Myanmar's Southern Front, GMA News Online, A Love Remains, and the Sydney Morning Herald, China's Mongolian Reach. The honourable mention goes to Frontier Myanmar for Myanmar's Southern Front. Congratulations, Frontier Myanmar. And the award for excellence goes to the Sydney Morning Herald, China's Mongolian Reach. Congratulations to the Sydney Morning Herald. The judges called it poignant, shining a spotlight on an issue that could easily pass under the radar, the swift erosion of identity in an area of the world not often in the global eye. And the 3 finalists of global English language media are 1843 magazine, The Economist. The Second World War turned Okinawa into a graveyard. Now it's in China's sights. Bloomberg News, Australia's water grab. And Los Angeles Times, for 40 years he blamed himself for a girl's murder. Then came a shocking discovery. The honourable mention goes to 1843 magazine, The Economist, for the Second World War turned Okinawa into a graveyard. Now it's in China's sights. Congratulations to 1843 magazine. Well done. And the award for excellence goes to the Los Angeles Times. For 40 years, he blamed himself for a girl's murder. Then came a shocking discovery. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Times. I'm nowhere here. So let me tell you what the judges said. The reporter deftly weaves universal questions about the reliance of memory, our individual role in history, and the search for atonement into a compelling narrative of a former soldier's obsession with the fate of one girl, offering a fascinating window into Korea's modern history. So congratulations to the LA Times. Thank you, James. You may take a seat. Thank you. Our next category is Excellence in Technology Reporting. And this award honors outstanding reporting on technology that illustrates its impact on political, economic, business, or social issues. And I'm pleased to invite Lulu Chen from Bloomberg News to the stage to help give out the awards. Hi, Lulu. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Commonwealth Magazine, The Chinese EV Era, Initium Media, Unveiling Ernie Bot, Baidu's AI Under Scrutiny, and Tencent News, the inaugural succession story in Chinese venture capital. Bob Xu steps back, Anna Fang steps forward. The honorable mention goes to Initium Media for unveiling Ernie Bot, Baidu's AI Under Scrutiny. Congratulations to Initium Media. And the award for excellence goes to Tencent News for the inaugural succession story in Chinese venture capital. Bob Xu steps back, Anna Fang steps forward. Congratulations to Tencent News. The judges said the author's rare access to key sources allowed her to gain a nuanced, intimate look into the minds of some of China's highest profile and most charismatic venture capitalists. Highly engaging. And the three finalists of regional English language media are Frontier Myanmar, exposing Myanmar's scam industry, Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Kyrgyz, Kazakh companies send Western tech to firms linked to Kremlin war machine, and Rest of World, why Foxconn ventured out of China and how it has struggled to make iPhones in India. The honorable mention goes to Rest of World for why Foxconn ventured out of China and how it struggled to make iPhones in India. Congratulations to Rest of World. And the award for excellence goes to Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Kyrgyz, Kazakh companies send Western tech firms linked to Kremlin war machine. Congratulations to Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. The judges said a true tour de force of investigative reporting with an in-depth and comprehensive approach to data. Wow. And our three finalists of global English language media are Nikkei Asia, China's nuclear program secures sanctioned machine tools, Reuters for cable wars, and the Washington Post for rising India toxic tech. The honorable mention goes to the Washington Post for rising India toxic tech. Congratulations to the Washington Post. Do we have a winner coming? We don't, but congratulations to the Washington Post. The award for excellence goes to Reuters for cable wars. Congratulations, Reuters. I know we have someone from Reuters who's coming. Would the Reuters rep like to come up and receive the award? They're all too modest. The judges said very detailed, painstaking research into the behind-the-scenes lobbying by the West to squeeze Chinese firms out of this cable project. Congratulations. I know it's a long walk from back there. Well done, Reuters. Thank you very much, Lulu. You can take a seat. Our next category is Excellence in Magazine Design. And this honors the magazine that demonstrates high standards in visual presentation. And we're pleased to invite Desiree Au from Vogue on stage to help give out the awards. Hi, Desiree. And in this category, global, regional, and Chinese media entries have been combined. So our three finalists are Life magazine, born in the 1890s and the 1990s, the two generations of 90s. Commonwealth magazine, Taiwan Communities Revitalized, and Future Arc, volume 81, Old is Gold. It's your Vanna White moment. The honorable mention goes to Life magazine, born in 1890s and 1990s, the two generations of 90s. Congratulations to Life magazine. We don't have the winner with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to Commonwealth Magazine for Taiwan Communities Revitalized. Congratulations. The judges said the clean design and photo edit gave a geniality to the publication. The large amount of text is well handled and color aids in the navigation. Okay, congratulations, Commonwealth Magazine. Desiree, we've got one more for you. The next category, which is excellence in arts and culture reporting. So this honors the work that demonstrates high standards of reporting and writing in fine arts and cultural topics, including food and travel, two of my favorite topics. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Life Magazine, Navigation on the Land, The News Lens, the transformative decade of Chai Mingliang's artistic creation, and The Reporter, Matu and Her Family, the historical footprints and cultural rebirth of millions of Taiwan pilgrims. The honorable mention goes to Life Magazine for Navigation on the Land. Congratulations to Life Magazine. Do we have someone from Life Magazine here? No, we don't, okay. And the award for excellence goes to The Reporter for Matsu and Her Family, the historical footprints and cultural rebirth of millions of Taiwan pilgrims. Congratulations to The Reporter. The judges calling it rich reporting in a variety of formats, including data journalism and podcast, on an interesting topic, the increasing popularity of Matsu worship in contemporary Taiwan and its relation with Taiwan's democratization progress. And the three finalists of regional English language media are CNA. Kedah has Southeast Asia's oldest civilization, and archaeologists barely know its complete history. Frontier Myanmar, Myanmar's bitterly divided film industry. And the Japan Times, has Japan mastered sitting? The honorable mention goes to the Japan Times for Has Japan Mastered Sitting? Congratulations to the Japan Times. And the award for excellence goes to CNA for Kedah has Southeast Asia's oldest civilization and archaeologists barely know its complete history. Congratulations to CNA. I don't think we have a rep from CNA here. Well done. The judges called it a fascinating look at an important but underreported archaeological site in Malaysia that draws its history from the country, Southeast Asia, and beyond. Well done to CNA. The three finalists of global English language media are Equal Times, An Age of Cultural Decline, coupled with an unusual boom, the curious impact of Hong Kong's national security law on its book industry. Financial Times, Japan's toddler superstar, the baby bringing hope to a ghost village. And the New York Times, India's love story with a movie still on the big screen after 27 years. The honorable mention goes to the New York Times for India's love story with a movie still on the big screen after 27 years. Well done, New York Times. Congratulations. And the award for excellence goes to Equal Times for An Age of Cultural Decline coupled with an unusual boom, the curious impact of Hong Kong's national security law on its book industry. Congratulations to the Equal Times. I don't think we have a rep from them. The judges said a meticulously researched, courageously reported, and timely deep dive into an urgent issue, highlighting the importance of arts and culture in political and public life. So well done to Equal Times. Thank you very much, Desiree. You can take a seat. Now, this brings us to a special part of our program, which is the awarding of the SOPA Lifetime Achievement Award. And this is not an award we give that often. Tonight, we honor the memory of Benjamin Kang Lim, a true giant of Chinese journalism. Ben, who passed away on May 21st, left an indelible mark on our industry. His pioneering reporting earned him 4 SOPA awards, and he served as a long-time SOPA judge. He was known for his unparalleled ability to cultivate sources, and he broke many important stories throughout his career, like the death of Deng Xiaoping in 1997, which he reported on for Reuters. His exclusive was ahead of China's own state news agency, which really cemented his reputation as one of the most respected journalists in China. He later joined Singapore's Straits Times as global affairs correspondent in Beijing. Ben was a true trailblazer who opened doors for generations of journalists. So tonight, we remember him with admiration and respect as we honor his life and work with this prestigious award, the SOPA Lifetime Achievement Award. And we're so honored to have Ben's wife, Zhang Xinxin, with us tonight. So I'd like to invite her to the stage to say a few words. Please give Zhang Xinxin a very warm welcome.
Good night. Thank you for everybody. This is my first time use English to speak, so my English is not good. So thank you for your patience. I'm Ben's wife, Xinxin Zhang. I come from China, Xi'an. I think you know the Xi'an city. I would like to thank all of the Ben's friends and SOPA for everything you have done for him. Ben and I met on a very interesting day. 13 years ago, the International Children's Day, which perfectly captured our relationship. 2 happy kids sharing every moment of life together. It's no secret that Ben worked very hard, but aside from work, he was very playful and sweet. As introvert as he was at times, he often sounded to me with his magnetic voice and danced with me on my birthday in the street. He often gazed at me affectionately when I was uncomfortable and said, "You are so beautiful." When I was mad at him, he would turn around and look at me and say, "Your voice sounds so nice. It's like music coming from heaven." Ben gave me the most wonderful love and everything else in the world. Ben made me the happiest and saddest at the same time. I think Ben is here with me. Here with us right now. Thanks.
Xinxin, thank you so much for sharing your feelings and your life with Ben with us. We are so sorry for your loss. It's a loss to all of us, but we're so honored that you're here tonight to be with us. It means a lot. And I'd like to invite Bill back to the stage, who is going to present Xinxin with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you again. Everyone, we're going to take an intermission break for about 10 minutes so I can rest my voice and you can chat for a while. But before that, we have a video about Ben prepared by the Reuters team in Hong Kong and in China. So please have a look.
It's going to be very strange and sad to think of Beijing and think of a Chinese reporting scene without Ben Lim featuring very prominently in the picture. There are decades of journalists who he nurtured. He set an example for us. He was always looking out for news and scoops. He always had the best sources. I always remember being in the Reuters office in Beijing, being called into the office late at night by Ben, who wanted to share a big news scoop that he'd just come across. I remember especially once after Liu Xiaobo had been imprisoned and received the Nobel Peace Prize, Ben Lim somehow managed to get Liu Xiaobo's wife, Liu Xia, out of her home and brought into the Reuters office for a conversation. What I remember most about that occasion, though, was how gentle and caring Ben was with Liu Xia. He was somebody who cared for people above all else.
It's a remarkable feat, we have to admit.
I have been lucky enough to have Ben as a mentor, a colleague and a friend. Ben will be remembered by many correspondents past and present reporting on China. Ben has been gracious and helpful to many journalists who work for rival news organizations too, and that should be an inspiration to all of us.
Ben is a legend for breaking some of the biggest China stories of his era, but Ben was more than a great journalist. He was incredibly generous, always ready to share a sharp insight or give smart advice. He was a consummate storyteller, and he took great joy in what he was doing and in the pursuit of the story. For those who were privileged to get to work with Ben during some of his 27 years at Reuters, we remember him as a great and loyal friend and colleague, and as a wise mentor, and we will truly miss him.
Hi again, everyone. Our intermission is coming to an end. I hope you had a chance to stretch your legs, visit the bathroom, talk to some friends. So can you please come back and take your seats, and we'll go on with the remainder of our awards. Please come back and take a seat, and we'll start the rest of the awards in just a moment. Thank you. Okay, everybody, welcome back. I hope you've had a good break, and I hope you're ready for the next segment where we're in the home stretch for our awards, part 2. So let's get off to our start. The first category, this is category 10, is Excellence in Bahasa Indonesia News Reporting. Just a reminder for everyone, if you are tweeting, you can use the hashtag SOPA Awards 2024, tweet at SOPA Asia. So our first up is this award for the excellence in Bahasa Indonesia news reporting. It's a single award for stories which have demonstrable impact that set the domestic agenda in politics, business, or social and cultural affairs. And I'm delighted to have Patrick Bata of the Wall Street Journal on stage to give out the award. Welcome, Patrick. So, our 3 finalists are Harian Kompas, Emergency Food Self-Sufficiency in the Islands, Magdalene.co, On the Other Side of Technological Progress, and Project Multatuli, Oligarchy Downstreaming, Impact of Nickel Mining and Smelters on Local Lives. The honourable mention goes to Project Multatuli for Oligarchy Downstreaming, Impact of Nickel Mining and Smelters on Local Lives. Congratulations to them. And the award for excellence goes to Harian Kompas, Emergency Food Self-Sufficiency in the Islands. So congratulations to Harian Kompas. The judges said the reports emphasize the pressing need for government intervention to revitalize the popularity of local food. The spotlight on the Boti community serves as a testament to the possibility of achieving food security without relying on rice imports. Patrick, you can stay on stage. I know I haven't given you any work to do yet, but there will be some. Our next category is Excellence in Explanatory Reporting. And this award honors work that demonstrates high standards of reporting, writing, and in-depth analysis to explain a topic of significance. The 3 finalists of Chinese language media are Hong Kong Economic Journal Monthly, Jobless Generation, How China Creates Millions of Kongiji. Initium Media, Trials Under the Shadow, reporting on Hong Kong's national security court cases. And Why Not? The Run Movement, Why Are So Many People Fleeing China? The honourable mention goes to Why Not? For the Run Movement, Why Are So Many People Fleeing China? Congratulations to Why Not? And the award for excellence goes to Initium Media, Trials Under the Shadow, reporting on Hong Kong's national security court cases. Congratulations to Initium. The judges said the authors position themselves as chroniclers of history in covering 3 influential cases in Hong Kong's national security trials. The power lies in their focus on restoring the trial processes with calm narration. The three finalists of regional English language media are China Global South Project, Nickel Deja Vu, Land-Grabbing Smears China-Backed Quartz Downstreaming Project, Ecobusiness, Decoding Sustainable Finance, and Hong Kong Free Press, Hong Kong's first Patriots-only District Council election. The honourable mention goes to China Global South Project, Nickel Deja Vu, Land-Grabbing Smears China-Backed Quartz Downstreaming Project. Congratulations to China Global South Project. And the award for excellence goes to Ecobusiness for Decoding Sustainable Finance. Congratulations, Ecobusiness. The judges said the author tackles an ever-changing and increasingly complex subject in a clear and concise manner, bringing much-needed clarity to the Asian sustainable investing space. And the three finalists of global English language media are Nikkei Asia, Asia's Age of Hydropolitics, Reuters, the US-China Tech Battle, and The Wire China Sidelined. The honourable mention goes to Reuters for the US-China Tech Battle. Congratulations, Reuters. Hi, James. Thank you. Congratulations to Reuters. And the award for excellence goes to Nikkei Asia for Asia's Age of Hydropolitics. Congratulations, Nikkei Asia. The judges said a great overview of the role of water and water politics is playing and will play in the economic, social, political and environmental evolution of Asia and beyond, a topic that's of vital importance but nevertheless gets relatively little attention. Congratulations again, Nikkei Asia. And thank you very much, Patrick. Well done. Our next category, Category 12, is Excellence in Business Reporting. A lot of business reporting in Hong Kong, of course. This award honours the work that demonstrates high standards of reporting on a business topic of significance. And I'm pleased to invite Vicky Min of The Economist to the stage to help present the awards. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, China's Smoking Addiction, Mirror Media, Another Consumer Credit Crisis, Unveiling New Debt Problems in Taiwan, and The Reporter, Taiwanese Eggs, Chinese Customers, Matched in USA, Taiwanese Girls in Global Assisted Reproduction Line. The honourable mention goes to Mirror Media for Another Consumer Credit Crisis, Unveiling New Debt Problems in Taiwan. Congratulations, Mirror Media. And the award for excellence goes to Initium Media for China's Smoking Addiction. Well done, Initium Media. The judges said it's extremely rare to see in-depth reporting on the colossal entity of the Chinese tobacco industry, which combines government and enterprise within mainland China. It's almost like a breakthrough amidst an information blockade. Next up, our three finalists of regional English language media are CNA, Happy to Do the Bare Minimum, Fears Rising that Johor's brain drain has worsened its work culture. Frontier Myanmar, Workers Exploited in Post-Coup Myanmar, and Myanmar Now, exposing the junta's efforts to finance its war on Myanmar's people. The honourable mention goes to Myanmar Now for exposing the junta's efforts to finance its war on Myanmar's people. Congratulations to Myanmar Now. And the award for excellence goes to Frontier Myanmar for workers exploited in post-coup Myanmar. The judges' comments, the article pulls together a broad range of material, most importantly, the personal testimony of Myanmar garment workers feeling exploited. And our 3 finalists of global English language media are Bloomberg News for China's property crisis, Financial Times, The Guardian, OCCRP, Adani Uncovered, investigation reveals billionaires' hidden investors, and The Wall Street Journal for Inside China's Crackdown. The honourable mention goes to the Financial Times, The Guardian, OCCRP, for Adani Uncovered, investigation reveals billionaires' hidden investors. Congratulations to the FT, The Guardian, OCCRP. Well done. And the award for excellence goes to the Wall Street Journal for Inside China's Crackdown. Well done, Wall Street Journal. The judges said that while Chinese security crackdowns are a fraught area for reporting, Wall Street Journal reporters provided nuanced and exclusive coverage of effects on international businesses. A great example of how databases will never outdo street-level inside sources. Congratulations again, Wall Street Journal, and thank you very much, Vicky. Next up, we have the award for excellence in information graphics. And this award honors entries that demonstrate high standards in presenting information in graphical form. And I'm pleased to invite Michael Mainville of Agence France Presse on stage to give out the awards. Our 3 finalists of Chinese language media are Commonwealth Magazine, Taipei's 2023 map, Old and Expensive, Who Can Afford to Live There? Initium Media, Aging China, The Next 30 Years. And The Reporter, as China closes in on the first island chain, the US-Japanese military strategy reshapes over Taiwan Strait. The honorable mention goes to Commonwealth Magazine for Taipei's 2023 map, Old and Expensive, Who Can Afford to Live There? Congratulations, Commonwealth Magazine. Well done. And the award for excellence goes to The Reporter for as China closes in on the first island chain, the US-Japanese military strategy reshapes over Taiwan Strait. Congratulations to The Reporter. The judges said this piece adeptly demystified a highly intricate subject matter, successfully condensing an immense volume of data and information into a comprehensible and accessible format. The 3 finalists of regional English language media are Eco-Business, Are Asia's ship owners doing enough to cut greenhouse gas emissions? Continentalist, Terraforming Singapore, Is the future made of sand? And The Age, Who is eating all the fish? The honourable mention goes to Continentalist for Terraforming Singapore, Is the future made of sand? Congratulations to Continentalists. They can't be with us tonight. And the award for excellence goes to The Age for Who is Eating All the Fish? Congratulations to The Age. The judges' comments were, the animated globes show at a glance the extent to which different nations are contributing to global fish stock declines. Maps, charts, and graphics are well presented and add to an accessible read based on huge amounts of data. And the 3 finalists of global English language media are Nikkei Asia, Disasters Explained, Great Kanto Earthquake, Fukushima Wastewater Release, Reuters, Journey into Sleep, and the New York Times, How to Cool Down a City. The honourable mention goes to Reuters for Journey into Sleep. Congratulations, Reuters. Well done. Congratulations again to Reuters. And the award for excellence goes to the New York Times for How to Cool Down a City. Congratulations to the New York Times. The judges said superb work as it effectively balances being explanatory and captivating. The seamless integration of visual elements is refined, sophisticated, and highly valuable. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Our next category is Excellence in Reporting Breaking News. And this honors the work that demonstrates high standards of reporting a breaking news event under deadline pressure. And I'm delighted to invite Anne-Marie Rowntree from Reuters to the stage to present the awards. Hi, Anne-Marie. Our three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, Breaking Waters, Testing Hong Kong's Flood Preparedness. Initium Media again, A Nation Mourns, Remembering Li Keqiang through spontaneous tributes in Hefei. And The Reporter, Taiwan's acute shortage of eggs in the spring of 2023. The honourable mention goes to The Reporter for Taiwan's acute shortage of eggs in the spring of 2023. Congratulations to The Reporter. And the award for excellence goes to Initium Media for Breaking Waters, Testing Hong Kong's Flood Preparedness. Congratulations to Initium Media. The judges said it was a comprehensive and meticulously reported piece that covers a major breaking news event accompanied by exceptional photography. Next up, we have a combined global and regional category. They've been put together, and the three finalists of global and regional media are Agence France-Presse, Fearing Deportation, Thousands of Afghans Leave Pakistan, The New York Times, India Train Crash, and The Wall Street Journal, Horror and Hope, India's Train Crash. The honourable mention goes to Agence France-Presse for Fearing Deportation, Thousands of Afghans Leave Pakistan. Well done, AFB. I think we have someone coming, trying to get past Peter to pick up the award. The photographers are always in the way, aren't they? Come in between me and my award. Fantastic. Well done, AFP. And the award for excellence goes to the New York Times for India Train Crash. Congratulations, New York Times. The judges said the Times had people on the ground reporting, anchoring the story from Delhi with feeds from elsewhere to produce fast but informative updates presented in the accessible format of a live blog. Bringing in their graphics team and having a photographer at the crash site added a visual dimension. Congratulations again, New York Times. Anne-Marie, stay put. We're going to have you do the next category as well, which is Excellence in Opinion Writing. And this honours the opinion pieces or editorial that best serves to advance discussion and debate on a topic of significance. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Commonwealth Magazine, Liang Rongchen's column on inside stories of tech industries, Commonwealth Magazine again, Chang Tai shares column on Taiwan's economic development, and masterinsight.com, my outstanding student, Li Keqiang. The honourable mention goes to masterinsight.com for my outstanding student, Li Keqiang. Well done to masterinsight.com. And we have them in the room to pick up the award. Fantastic. It's not easy to get here, I know. Tight fit at the front. Thank you. Congratulations, masterinsight.com. And the award for excellence goes to Commonwealth Magazine for Liang Rongchen's column on inside stories of tech industries. Congratulations to Commonwealth Magazine. The judges said this series offers a broad perspective showcasing deep understanding of the chosen subject matters and providing unique insights. Well done, Commonwealth Magazine. The three finalists of regional English language media are, Anne-Marie, I think you have to stay for this next one. Economy next. Sri Lanka's collapse in new sovereign default wave is not really China's fault. Bellwether. Future Arc, designing for non-humans as an act of service. And Frontier Myanmar, righting wrongs in Myanmar. The honourable mention goes to Future Arc for designing non-humans as an act of service. Congratulations, Future Arc. And the award for excellence goes to Frontier Myanmar for righting wrongs in Myanmar. Congratulations, Frontier Myanmar. The judges said this editorial conveys an impactful message of justice and fairness. This is the voice of independent journalism as it should be heard. And the three finalists of global English language media are China Books Review, Mao to Now, Financial Times, Beware the Great Battery Industry Fallacy, and the New York Times, shining light on how China's economic mistakes are affecting real people. And the honourable mention goes to Financial Times for Beware the Great Battery Industry Fallacy. Well done, FT. Congratulations, Financial Times. And our award for excellence goes to China Books Review for Mao to Now. Congratulations to China Books Review. Do we have a winner from them? No, we don't. The judges said a penetrating review by one of the leading China scholars providing sharp detail on the revolutionary change in perceptions between the 1960s and the present by both Americans and Chinese, and explains how consequential this is. So congratulations to them, and thank you, Anne-Marie. Now you can go. Our next category is excellence in reporting on the environment. And this honours work that demonstrates high standards of reporting on environmental topic of significance. And we're pleased to invite George Noguchi of the New York Times on stage to give out the awards. Welcome, George. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Business Weekly, Cell Phone Rivers, Wafer Mountains, How Technology Deprives Taiwan's Nature. Mirror Media, Bird Shooting, an investigation into bird baiting in Taiwan. And Vision Project, What to Leave to the Sea. The honourable mention goes to Business Weekly for Cell Phone Rivers, Wafer Mountains, How Technology Deprives Taiwan's Nature. Congratulations to Business Weekly. And the award for excellence goes to Mirror Media for Bird Shooting, an investigation into bird baiting in Taiwan. Congratulations, Mirror Media. The judges said this remarkable piece of investigative journalism shines light on the business model of a niche market that jeopardizes the lives of wild birds on a daily basis. The three finalists of regional English language media are China Global South Project, Nickel Deja Vu, Land Grabbing Smears China-backed Quartz Downstreaming Project, Earth Journalism Network, It's a Wash, and Rest of World, the race to put Indigenous land on the map. The honourable mention goes to Rest of World for the race to put Indigenous land on the map. Congratulations to Rest of World. And the award for excellence goes to Earth Journalism Network for It's a Wash. Congratulations to Earth Journalism Network. The judges here said this series represents regional investigative reporting in Southeast Asia at its finest, uncovering the global scourge of greenwashing, a growing and troubling problem, particularly in the global south, requires extensive resources in labour and funding, both of which are not easy to secure. And the three finalists of Global English Language Media are Bloomberg News, Climate Finance at Risk, The Guardian, Facing Extinction, Tuvalu's Climate Crisis Dilemma, and The Washington Post, Clean Cars, Hidden Toll. The honourable mention goes to Bloomberg News for Climate Finance at Risk. Congratulations to Bloomberg News. And we have some reps from Bloomberg coming up to get their award. It's hard for journalists to know where to stand in a photo, but they get there. Congratulations again, Bloomberg. Well done. And the award for excellence goes to the Washington Post for Clean Cars, Hidden Toll. Congratulations to the Washington Post. Do we have someone from Washington Post here? No, we don't. Okay, well done to them. The judges said, from highly polluting nickel mining techniques in Indonesia to the potential enrichment of Afghanistan's oppressive regime to the hollow pleas of global automakers that they have no forced labor in their supply chains, this deeply reported series provides some hard truths about the impact of electric vehicle manufacturing. Thank you very much, George. You may take a seat. Our next category is Excellence in Photography, and it honors the work that demonstrates high standards of photojournalism. And I'm delighted to have Christopher Ellis of the Wall Street Journal to help present the awards. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, Under the Shadow of War, Taiwan's mock defense amid rising tensions. Initium Media again, In the Haze, the faces behind China's tobacco empire. And Why Not? Fukushima, the shore of no return. The honourable mention goes to Why Not? For Fukushima, the shore of no return. Congratulations to Why Not? And the award for excellence goes to Initium Media for Under the Shadow of War, Taiwan's mock defense amid rising tensions. Well done to Initium Media. The judges said this set of photos conveys a palpable sense of urgency and tells a compelling story, transcending the need for textual explanation. In regional English language media, the finalists are Future Arc, Old is Gold, Rest of World, Land Mapping Efforts in Borneo, and the South China Morning Post, How Dams in China are Destroying Livelihoods Downstream in Cambodia. And the honourable mention goes to Rest of World for land mapping efforts in Borneo. Congratulations to Rest of World. And the award for excellence goes to the South China Morning Post for How Dams in China are Destroying Livelihoods Downstream in Cambodia. Congratulations, SCMP. We don't have a rep present tonight, but the judges said that the photos skillfully capture the far-reaching repercussions of upstream dam construction, depicting the devastating impact on ecosystems and livelihoods. These images play a crucial role in strengthening the narrative, effectively conveying the imminent threat posed by such development projects. Our three finalists of global English language media are Agence France-Presse, Desperate Rohingya Seek Safety in Indonesia, the Associated Press, Afghanistan on the Edge, and the New York Times, Loss Piles on Loss for Afghan Women. The honourable mention goes to Agence France-Presse for Desperate Rohingya Seek Safety in Indonesia. Well done, Agence France-Presse. Congratulations again. And our award for excellence goes to the Associated Press for Afghanistan on the Edge. Congratulations to the Associated Press. And the judges called the collection of images technically impeccable, with evident tension created by invisible lines, shapes, and angles in each of them. The composition of each image is excellent, with a notable use of depth in some and the presence of shadows in others. Okay, so congratulations to Associated Press, and thank you very much, Chris, for presenting the awards. Our next category is the Scoop Award. And this award honors the exclusive story that has a significant impact and is widely followed by competing news media. And I'm pleased to invite Ting Shu from Hong Kong U on stage to give out this award. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Business Weekly, from Decarbonization Dream to Dioxin Nightmare. Ming Pao, Top Talent Who Gets a Pass. The Reporter, Lobster Trade, Taiwan's frontline islands booming with smuggling business amid China's skirmishes with Australia. The honourable mention goes to Business Weekly for From Decarbonization Dream to Dioxin Nightmare. Congratulations to Business Weekly. And the award for excellence goes to The Reporter for Lobster Trade, Taiwan's frontline islands booming with smuggling business amid China's skirmishes with Australia. And the judges said a textbook example of investigative reporting, showcasing an impressive display of extensive research, meticulous data analysis, and insightful interviews about illicit trade, cross-Taiwan Straits dynamics, and China-Australian diplomatic tensions. Our next category we have combined, once again, global and regional media entries judged together. And the three finalists of the global and regional media category are Financial Times, US thwarted plot to kill Sikh separatist on American soil, Frontier Myanmar, debt and desperation driving overseas kidney sales, and the Wall Street Journal, powering China's nuclear program. The honourable mention goes to the Wall Street Journal for powering China's nuclear program. Congratulations, Wall Street Journal. Thank you. Congratulations again to the Wall Street Journal. And the award for excellence goes to Frontier Myanmar for debt and desperation driving overseas kidney sales. Congratulations to Frontier Myanmar. The judges called it an outstanding story which shone a spotlight on how the situation in Myanmar is playing out away from conflict and repression. A sad and shocking story, but a great scoop. Our next category is the Carlos Tejada Award for Excellence in Investigative Reporting. And this honours the publication that, through the use of its journalistic resources, serves to advance the public interest on a topic of significance. For example, by exposing wrongdoing or corruption, uncovering malfeasance, or in some other way, holding the powerful to account. The three finalists of Chinese language media are Initium Media, The Unraveling, China's Abrupt End to Zero COVID and Its Aftermath. News and Market, Taiwan's Broken West Coast, farmlands and fish ponds turn into solar panel sites. And Why Not? Chinese refugees in Thailand struggling towards freedom. The honourable mention goes to Initium Media for The Unraveling, China's Abrupt End to Zero COVID and Its Aftermath. Well done to Initium Media. And the award for excellence goes to News and Market for Taiwan's Broken West Coast. Farmlands and fish ponds turn into solar panel sites. Congratulations to News and Market. The judges said it was a visually stunning and meticulously researched piece, delving into a topic of immense significance for the environment and local communities alike. It uncovers the negative impact of solar energy industries, shedding light on their darker side. The three finalists of regional English language media are Frontier Myanmar, companies exploit loopholes to dump waste in Myanmar; Rappler, immunity and impunity, how diplomats get away with abusing migrant domestic workers; and the Sydney Morning Herald for Kidnapped in Japan. The honourable mention goes to Frontier Myanmar for companies exploit loopholes to dump waste in Myanmar. Congratulations to Frontier Myanmar. And the award for excellence goes to Rappler for Immunity and Impunity, how diplomats get away with abusing migrant domestic workers. Well done, Rappler. The judges said, an extensively researched investigation into the extreme measures undertaken by certain diplomats to exploit cheap labour without facing any consequences. An excellent probe by Rappler yet again. And the three finalists of global English language media are Bloomberg News for Bad Medicine, Reuters, A Deadly Elixir, and the Outlaw Ocean Project, China, the Superpower of Seafood. The honourable mention goes to the Outlaw Ocean Project for China, the Superpower of Seafood. I don't think we have a rep from them. Do we? They don't, okay. And the award for excellence goes to Reuters for A Deadly Elixir. Congratulations, Reuters. And the judges said the Reuters team deserves recognition for being first on this story, humanizing the victims, tracing the contaminated cough syrup to its ultimate source, and just as importantly, shining a light on regulatory lapses in Gambia and India that led to these young children's deaths. Okay, congratulations again to Reuters, and thanks very much, Ting. Our next category is the SOPA Award for Young Journalists. That doesn't apply to me anymore, but it's good to have young journalists. Just 2 more categories to go. This award honours journalists under 30 years old who have shown exceptional talent and commitment in their coverage. The entries for global, regional, and Chinese media have been combined in this category. And just a reminder, there's no honourable mention in this award, only the award for excellence is given out. And I'm delighted to have Ruby Yang to join me on stage to give out the awards. The 3 finalists of global, regional, and Chinese media are Financial Times, Chen-O Liu, Southeast Asia Globe, Anton Delgado, and the Wall Street Journal, Rebecca Fung. And the award for excellence goes to the Wall Street Journal. China probed COVID-19 policy leaks by ex-government officials. Congratulations to Rebecca Fung. The judges said Rebecca's exceptional reporting on China's national security threats, including exclusive stories on intimidation and information suppression, showcases her courage and journalistic integrity. Her work, underpinned by ethical diligence and resilience against nationalistic criticism, embodies the essence of investigative journalism. So own it, baby. You earned it. Thank you so much, Ruby, for giving that award. Next up, it's our final award. Yay! It is the SOPA Award for Public Service Journalism. And this award recognizes outstanding journalistic work in print, photography, video, or online media that represents an exemplary contribution to public service in the Asia-Pacific region. Again, there's no honourable mention, only the award for excellence to be given out. And I'm pleased to invite Joe Kahn back from the New York Times to give out this coveted award. Our 3 finalists are Bloomberg News for Bad Medicine, Financial Times, the global network behind the fentanyl crisis, and the Washington Post, The Collection. And this year's award for excellence goes to Bloomberg News for Bad Medicine. Congratulations. The judges said this compelling series delves into the worldwide distribution of problematic drugs by Indian pharmaceutical companies. It presents concrete evidence of the harm inflicted on patients in multiple countries. It sheds light on the lax regulation within India and uncovers the apparent systemic breakdown of drug testing in the United States. Meticulously researched and thoroughly documented, this investigation brings to the fore a grave public health hazard. So thank you, Bloomberg, for doing that report. And thank you very much, Joe. So we've come to the end of our night. I hope everyone has enjoyed being here tonight with your fellow journalists. Congratulations to all the winners and also for an amazing set of submissions. So all the winners' information, including the judges' comments, will be posted on the SOPA Awards website. I really want to say thank you to all our participants, our volunteer judges, and all our supporting partners. Once again, special thanks to Hong Kong U Journalism, JMSC, the University of Hong Kong, who's our awards administrator. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight in person and online. It was really a pleasure to have you for these 2024 awards for editorial excellence. I look forward to seeing you again next year. Have a lovely night, everyone. Thank you.